Ta-da!
That was fake.
How did you...
Your eyes didn't move at all. You smiled with your mouth, your cheeks, your whole face, except the two things that actually count. Here's what's interesting. Studies show that when people are tested on their ability to spot a fake smile, the average accuracy rate is about 52%. That's barely better than flipping a coin. And most people think they're above average.
I'm definitely above average.
You just failed a test you didn't know you were taking. Today, we're going into the psychology of fake smiles. What science says actually gives them away, what kind of person is statistically better at spotting them, and a twist at the end that might make you look at your own face a little differently.
I suddenly feel very self-conscious.
Good. That means you're paying attention. Act 1. The smile that lies. Here's something your brain does automatically before you even think about it. The moment you see a human face smile, your threat detection system lowers. It's evolutionary. For hundreds of thousands of years, a smile meant, I am not a threat. I am with you. We are safe. That reflex is so deeply wired that even when you consciously suspect someone is faking, your nervous system still partially relaxes, which is exactly why fake smiles work. Not because people are naive, but because the brain is optimized for efficiency, not accuracy. It pattern matches to smile equals safe in milliseconds, long before your conscious mind has time to audit the signal.
So my brain is already being tricked before I even notice?
Every single time. And here's the thing. It's not just strangers. Research shows people are actually worse at detecting fake smiles in people they know well, because familiarity adds another layer of trust on top of an already biased system. The people closest to you are the ones your brain is least likely to second guess. Act 2 is where the science gets specific and where the first real test begins. Act 2, the Duchenne Code. In the 1860s, a French neurologist named Guillaume Duchenne did something unusual. He electrically stimulated the facial muscles of his subjects to produce smiles, and noticed something strange. When he triggered the muscle that pulls the mouth corners up, the result looked like a smile, but it didn't feel like one. Something was missing. What was missing was the muscle that creates small wrinkles at the outer corners of the eyes and causes the lower eyelid to lift slightly. That combination, mouth corners up, eye corners crinkling, is now called a Duchenne smile. And here's the critical detail. That eye muscle cannot be reliably controlled voluntarily. You can force your mouth into a smile in an instant. Your eyes need genuine positive emotion to follow.
Wait, so if someone's eyes aren't doing the thing, it's fake?
Not always. Some people have naturally expressive eyes. Some faces don't crinkle easily. But as a baseline signal, yes, the eyes are where involuntary emotion shows up first, before the mouth has even started moving. Which brings us to Act 3. 5 scenarios. Count how many you get right.
I'm gonna get all 5.
You said that with your mouth. Act 3. Your personal test. 5 smile types. For each one, I'll describe what you're seeing. Genuine or fake? You decide.
Born ready.
Scenario 1. A person smiles broadly at you the moment you walk into a room. Their cheeks lift, their teeth show, their eyes crinkle at the corners. But the smile appears in less than half a second and disappears just as fast. Genuine or fake?
Genuine. The eyes did the thing.
Fake. A genuine smile builds and fades gradually. It doesn't flash on and off like a light switch. Speed and duration are 2 of the most reliable tells, and most people never think to look for them.
Okay, 1 wrong.
Scenario 2. Someone tells you about a promotion they just got. They're smiling, wide, sustained, and the emotion reaches their eyes. But their eyebrows are pulled very slightly downward, creating faint tension across the forehead.
The eyes are doing it. I'd say genuine.
Correct. What you're seeing is real happiness layered with stress or disbelief. The furrowed brows don't cancel the smile. They add complexity. Mixed emotions read as mixed signals, and both are genuine.
1-1.
Scenario 3. Someone laughs at your joke. Their smile is asymmetrical, stronger on one side than the other.
Fake. A real smile should be symmetrical, right?
Wrong. Genuine smiles are often slightly asymmetrical. It's the deliberately engineered, polished smiles that tend to be perfectly symmetrical. Asymmetry often signals spontaneity, not deception.
So everything I thought I knew was wrong.
Essentially, scenario 4. A customer service rep smiles at you, steady, sustained, eyes relaxed but not particularly crinkling. The smile never wavers for the entire interaction.
That feels fake. Too steady, too long.
Correct. Genuine smiles respond to stimuli. They shift with the conversation. A perfectly maintained flat smile is almost always a social performance. Your instinct was right.
Score.
Scenario 5. A friend smiles when you tell them something exciting. Their smile starts before you finish your sentence.
Genuine. They're already anticipating, they know it's good news.
Correct. Anticipatory smiles, ones that begin before the trigger moment, are almost always genuine. The body reacts before the social script kicks in. Final score? 3 out of 5, which puts you exactly at the human average.
3 out of 5 is fine.
It is. It also means Act 4 is relevant for you. It explains who scores higher and what that says about them. Act 4, who's better at it and why? Research consistently shows that certain groups score significantly above average at detecting fake smiles. The first group, people with high sensitivity to social cues, often called highly sensitive people. The second, introverts, who tend to observe before engaging and pick up on subtle shifts others miss. The third, and this is the one that tends to stop people, individuals who grew up in unpredictable or emotionally unsafe environments. Children who learned early that a smile didn't always mean safety developed a finely tuned radar for emotional incongruence. What looks like a social gift from the outside is often the result of years of hypervigilance. The skill is real. So is where it came from.
So, being good at this isn't necessarily a good sign?
It depends entirely on what you do with it. Some people use that sensitivity to build genuinely deep connections. Because they can't be easily fooled, they know when something is real. Others use it to keep everyone at arm's length. Because if you can see through people's masks, trust becomes much harder to extend. Same skill, completely different life outcomes.
So the skill is not the issue. It's whether you let it protect you or isolate you.
That's Act 4 in one sentence. Act 5 is the one most people don't see coming.
Act 5, the smile you wear. We've been talking about other people's fake smiles, but here's the question almost nobody thinks to ask. How often do you smile when you don't mean it? And more importantly, do you still know the difference? Studies suggest the average person produces a social smile, one that doesn't reflect genuine positive emotion, multiple times per day, at work, in photos, when someone tells a joke that isn't funny, when you want to seem okay and you're not. At first, the brain registers the gap between what you feel and what your face is doing. Over time, with enough repetition, that gap gets harder to detect from the inside. The smile becomes automatic, and what starts as a performance slowly becomes a default. Psychologists call this emotional surface acting, and sustained use of it is directly linked to emotional exhaustion, reduced self-awareness, and difficulty accessing genuine emotion when you actually want to.
So my brain is lying to me? Again?
Not exactly lying, optimizing for social comfort at the cost of internal clarity. The people who are best at spotting fake smiles in others are sometimes the worst at noticing when they're doing it themselves, because the same learned automaticity that makes you socially fluent
Makes your own signals invisible to you.
The final test isn't whether I can spot a fake smile on someone else's face.
No, it's whether you can still feel the difference on your own.
So, most people can't spot a fake smile. The science is in the eyes, not the mouth. Certain people are better at this, often because of things they went through, not gifts they were born with. And the smile that's hardest to read might be your own.
One question worth sitting with. Think about the last time someone smiled at you and something felt slightly off, but you told yourself you were overthinking it. Were you?
How many did you count?
Tell us your score from the 5 scenarios in the comments.
and tell us which one surprised you most. You might be more perceptive than a coin flip, or you might be in very good company.